Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Foxtrot with Virtual Carrier Task Force 58. I've spent the last 4 years studying World War II naval aviation, working with museums across the US, diving deep into what it was like to fly these iconic aircraft. Today we're taking a closer look at Mag-3’s long-awaited F4U Corsair module for DCS World, what they got right, and where things still need work. First off, full disclosure, the Corsair isn't an aircraft I originally studied in depth. I've always gravitated more towards the Hellcat, the Dauntless, and other Navy aircraft, but this was the most iconic Marine Corps fighter of World War II, and thanks to Mag-3, we now have a chance to experience it ourselves in DCS. Now let's start with what's done well. The visuals? Absolutely top-notch. The cockpit looks fantastic, the switches and controls are beautifully modeled, it feels authentic. The F4U finally gives us that ability to run dedicated US Navy and Marine Corps operations in DCS, which opens the door for some incredible Pacific Theater missions once we get more assets like the Japanese Zero, Pacific Ground Forces, and some more naval vessels. Speaking of naval assets, we also got a gorgeous USS Essex class carrier with this module. However, there are some glaring issues. Most notably, the elevator platform. On the real ships, when the elevator comes to the flight deck level, it's perfectly flush. No gaps, no tripping hazards. In the current model, there's a noticeable recess. It doesn't break gameplay, but visually it's incorrect and immersion breaking for those of us who've studied the real ships. Another visual nitpick, the bright outlines around the elevator platform, those wouldn't have been painted so brightly. Bold outlines would have made the elevator a prime target for enemy bombers. Historically, these markings were far more subdued. Now let's talk a little history. Mag-3's marketing as the sweetheart of the Marianas isn't entirely accurate. VMF 225 flew Corsairs from Guam after the Marianas campaign, not during the initial landings. The main invasion forces used Hellcats, Dauntlesses, and even the Army P-47D later in the Saipan campaign. The Corsairs' role came later, conducting patrols and ground attack missions after the islands were secured. Now on to the pilot model. Some big hits and a couple big misses. The basic flight gear looks good, but the bright yellow pad on the pilot's back? That's incorrect. The real harnesses had a gray back pad. The only yellow should be on the life vest on the chest. Another issue, the holster. The modeling bandolier matches a shoulder holster setup, but the actual holster is a waist mounted. It's a small detail, but for accuracy nerds like me, it stands out. Easy fix, and we hope that in a future patch, this is addressed. I love that Mag-3 includes details like the Mark III plotting board, which is historically accurate in the module. You can see the correct Mark III-A on it, which was exactly what was used by naval and marine aviators at the time. And this leads into something I'm really interested in: radio navigation. This is where the module shows both promise and some problems. They included the YEZB homing system, a critical feature for returning to the carrier after a long flight. Unfortunately, the implementation is flawed. The radio markings and letter zones aren't correctly drawn. They're based on a modern interpretation, not the original World War II system as seen here. Also, in testing, I found the homing does function as intended. It's a promising start, but still needs serious refinement if it's going to provide an authentic navigation experience. Overall, Mag-3's F4U-1D is a beautiful, exciting module with massive potential. The visuals are stunning, the historical cockpit details and carrier operations add so much to DCS. but there's room to improve, from small modeling errors to more critical navigation issues. For those of us passionate about World War II naval and Marine Corps aviation, I hope they'll continue to refine this Corsair into the benchmark it deserves to be. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe for more DCS and Naval and Marine Corps aviation content, and let us know your thoughts. What did you think of the F4U so far? What would you like to see fixed or added? And until next time, blue skies and happy flying.